What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/IDontWorkHereLady. Alright, this story's called I Don't Work Here, Border Jumper! A while back, I used to work for a chain store. We'll call it Wally. I worked doing loss prevention most days, but occasionally was on the floor doing sales work part-time because I was broke. I'm 5'5", not that well muscled, very shy and quiet. And yes, I need to mention my race, but very clearly Hispanic. This is important. Please note, I also come from a small town that is very diverse and doesn't take racism well. I had to quit close to Black Friday that year as I had gotten into the police academy for the city. It was now mid-April the following year, and I decided I would head to the store after training with a fellow cadet, and we were allowed off-site during training hour breaks to get any personal needs once a week since town was so small and it was close by. The squad needed a few cases of water and such, so we went. Now, we're both wearing blue shirts, similar to the store shirts. They clearly say Cadet, Police Academy of Redacted Town on the back and our unit logo on the front. We are covered in sweat and we both have shorts and boots on. Former cadet takes off to the snack section and I load up 4 cases of water in our buggy. After getting the 4th case into the buggy, a woman, angry Linda, Karen isn't even good enough for her, very loudly clears her throat and begins tapping her foot behind me. I assume I'm in her way and quickly turn around and excuse myself for being in her way and start to spin the buggy around to head the other way. She then yells,
"Where do you think you're going? You're supposed to be helping me!"
I raise a brow at her and look at her confused. "I'm sorry, miss, but I don't work here." I get cut off and angry Linda screams like she's being beaten with a sledgehammer.
"How dare you talk to me that way? I pay your salary. My husband is..."
Insert some important name I'm supposed to know.
"And you'll be fired for treating me this way."
I again say, "I don't work here, lady. I'm in the..." I get cut off again as she begins to spew racial slurs at me, I will not include, and tells me to go back where I came from. At this point, I'm beyond angry that not only has she not stopped yelling, but she's also insulted me and my race. There are a few people gathering at ends of the aisle at this point, and I gather my composure, waiting for her to finish her hate speech. She finally ends her rant with,
"You frickin' border jumpers!"
as she pushes me back into my buggy. I rolled my eyes and said, "Are you done yet?" To which she replies,
"What do you have to say for yourself?"
with a smug look on her face. Ma'am, not only is what you just said beyond rude, but it can also be considered a hate crime to assault me after calling me a border jumper and berating me because of my race. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to my..." She cut me off again and yells,
"Can someone get a frickin' manager here? This idiot won't help me."
A good citizen at the end of the aisle scoffs and jumps at the chance to end this peacefully and wanders off to find a manager. Former cadet comes strolling down the aisle and slaps the top of the water cases, not having heard all of the commotion. "Ready to go? Gotta get back before roll call." Angry Linda glares at him, and if eyes could burn holes, he'd be ashes, and exclaims,
"You're just going to let your friend go, huh? Must be nice to have a coworker cover for you."
As she rolls her eyes, crossing her arms in my direction. Former cadet glares at me, then at angry Linda, and laughs a little. "Lady, neither of us work here." Angry Linda screams,
"Quit covering for her and one of you help me right this second. I know she works here. She's helped me before. Freaking lazy border jumper."
At this point, the manager comes around the corner, having been briefed by good citizen, I think, about angry Linda, and looks at me about to ask what happened. Before he could even open his mouth, angry Linda goes off like a fire hydrant, telling the manager that I'm a terrible employee and I need to be fired that second because I refuse to help her then assaulted her in the middle of the aisle. The manager looks at me and back at Angry Linda and says, "Ma'am, she hasn't worked here since before Black Friday." Angry Linda starts stuttering and muttering to herself.
Wow, she...
Manager turns to me. "What happened, Mav?"
My nickname.
I explained the entire situation to him and mentioned how she had pushed me backwards into the buggy. Angry Linda butts in.
I did no such thing.
Manager looks up at the ceiling and points. "Let's go to my office and see what story the camera tells." Angry Linda, former cadet, and I walk to the office, and good citizen customer follows. Angry Linda sits in the chair next to the manager and glances away shyly as she knows she did wrong. Manager reviews the tapes and asks Good Citizen what words were exchanged. Good Citizen tells manager, and manager glares at Angry Linda. "First of all, I want you to apologize to her for assaulting her and racially profiling her. Then, I want you to sit there and wait while I take care of having you banned from my store, because I cannot tolerate such ignorant and blatantly rude behavior in my store." Angry Linda sheepishly looks down and mutters,
Sorry.
Manager looks at me. "Would you like to press charges on her? I can call and have a car here in 5. I shrug and former cadet says, "If you don't press charges, she'll get away with it." Good customer says, "I'm a former police officer. She assaulted you. She verbally attacked your race. It is legally a crime." Before I even say a word, manager is on the phone with my non-emergency dispatch requesting an officer for assistance. Lo and behold, my sergeant, who treats me like his child because he knows I'm not the best at being in charge, hence why I'm in the academy, to learn to be that way. He pulls up and gives me the dagger eyes. "Murph, what the hell did you do?" I look down and reply, "Sir, I didn't." Good customer comes up behind, pats my shoulder, and softly begins to tell Sergeant what happened. Sergeant, who is 6'4" and 250 plus pounds and a very scary dude, gets a very angry look on his face and storms past us and gets in Angry Linda's face. "Let me tell you something, Miss Thing. If you ever speak to one of my cadets or anyone in this town like that again, I'll see to it that you spend hours cleaning floors with the toothbrush and picking up trash on the freeway." Good Citizen goes up to Sergeant. "I think she handled it quite well for a cadet. You've done well in training her, I see." Sergeant laughs and nods a bit. "I guess." Glances at me and former cadet. "Y'all check out and get back. Your former cadets are gonna love this story." We checked out and went back and told our friends the story. Everyone thought it was nuts. It's been 2 years now, and I don't know what happened to Angry Linda, but I hope wherever she is, she learns not to treat people so bad. I'm now a patrol officer for the next town over, and I carry that experience everywhere. Makes for an interesting story. Edited to add, I've since found out she served 30 days for assaulting me, and the state picked up the hate crime charges, and she served 60 days for hate crime and disturbing the peace. Okay, that's not bad, thank you for sharing the story, by the way. Good job on becoming a police officer, and also, guys, don't commit hate crimes. It's not very nice. This story's called, Ew, what smells like dog and vomit? So I never ever thought I'd have one of these stories, but here I am. Here's the cast.
Crazy Karen.
Rodney, who is a friend from high school. Me. Officer 1.
Officer 2.
So I work at an animal hospital. It's small but busy, and I love all our furry patients. One day mid-shift, my throat hurts. I end up vomiting. I feel like I'm losing my voice, and to me, it feels like it's summer mid-December, and my scrubs aren't that thick. My boss sends me to the doctors. I go. Find out I have the strep sinus infection, am running a 101 fever goodie. So I went straight to CVS to get the meds. While I'm waiting, I decided to get some shopping done and look around. I stopped to text my boss with the news, and she tells me to rest and not to come back till I go for my follow-up. Her son is around the office a lot, and she didn't want him getting sick. No biggie. Gave me a break from her and her craziness. All of a sudden, I feel someone stabbing me in the arm with their fingers.
Are you just gonna stand there?
I turned to see this woman. I could smell the perfume pooling off her even with my stuffy nose. I'm so sorry. I moved my very full little mini cart out of the way, and she sighs.
It's about time. I've been waiting for you to help me for over 20 minutes.
I raised my brow and looked behind me, seriously confused, seeing how I'd been standing in that spot for only around 5 to text my boss. Ma'am, I don't work. She grabbed my arm and jerked me to the cereal and shoved a receipt in my face.
I want Kellogg's,
Was all she demanded, glancing at the shelf full of things like Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, and many other Kellogg's brand cereals. Ma'am, it's alright here, and again, I don't...
Are you, intellectually disabled? Where?
She shoved me to look, and I nearly fell. Feeling like I was gonna throw up again and getting annoyed because I nearly fell, I head back to my cart, only to be grabbed again by my arm.
Did I say you could leave? Find my cereal!
I yanked my arm away and turned to face her, and she gave me a disgusted look.
Why do you smell like dog and puke? What are you, some slob? Ugh, I can't believe they let people like you on the floor. Get my cereal and be quick about it, now!
I hear my name called over the intercom, saying my prescription's filled, and bite down my comeback and just walk away to my cart. This woman grabs me again, and I shove her off of me. Don't freaking touch me again. She looks shocked, then angry.
How dare you! Get me your manager!
I just walk away. I greet the guys at the pharmacy. The cashiers know me. I'm asthmatic and have an iron deficiency, so I get my inhalers and iron there. While chatting and getting the meds together and checking for others, I hear that banshee's voice again.
I want her fired, and I want her fired now!
I turn around and sigh. See this woman with the manager, my friend. Ma'am, she doesn't work here.
Then why was she stocking the shelves?
He glances at my cart and glances at me, seeing how pale I am and knowing I get sick easily, I can see the wheels turning. Ma'am, she's clearly buying those things. If you have a problem, I can help you, but she doesn't work for me, so I can't fire her. This woman just glances at me and glares at Rodney.
Then why is she in uniform?
I glance down at my navy blue scrubs that resemble more of the cashiers at the pharmacy's uniform than the khaki pants and blue collared shirt of the rest of the store. I'm thoroughly annoyed now, mainly because all I want to do was go home and sleep this off. Maybe because I work at an animal clinic and you don't pay attention when someone is clearly walking around with a shopping cart? You've been nothing but rude and nasty and keep putting your hands on me.
I never touched you. You hit me. How dare you lie?
I didn't lie, and if the manager checks the cameras, it'll show me walking away and you grabbing me not once, not twice, but 3 times. You insulted me because I smell like dog and vomit. When newsflash, I bathed 4 dogs today and threw up twice because I'm sick. Ma'am, I suggest you please leave before I have to call the police. I can't have someone harassing my customers.
She's lying. I'm calling the police. This is discrimination.
She ended up calling the cops while I was ringing up the rest of my shopping, and Rodney stood by my car while I drank some OJ waiting. The cops show up and she ended up telling them how the manager and I were apparently a couple and were harassing her when all she wanted to do was buy some cereal for her sick kids. The cops pull Rodney away and question him. While doing that, this idiot comes walking over to me like she won cause she called the cops, and with that sing-songy voice of a child that just tattled on a sibling.
You're in for it now, little bimbo.
Ma'am, please move away from her. Cop 1 stands by me while Cop 2 follows Rodney inside. After about 15 minutes, the Cop 2 comes out and comes right to me. Ma'am, I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. Would you like to press charges? I want to go home. Am I free to go? Of course, you have a nice night. They followed her back to her car, which was double parked, and in 2 handicap spots with no handicap. Oh my god, handicap sticker. When she was handed her tickets, Karen flips out sobbing about how this wasn't right and they were discriminating against a divorced mother. I started up my car and the last thing I saw was Karen being handcuffed after trying to hit one of the officers. Wow, Karen, that's not a good idea. Any of what you did is not a good idea. This story's called I Don't Work Here, Sir, Goth Edition. This happened just this morning. It's not exceptionally exciting, but it amused me and figure you guys would enjoy the visual. It's my 35th today, happy belated birthday, and we needed some groceries, so we decided to go to Costco. I felt like getting dressed up for once, and it's my weekend, so when we arrived, I was resplendent in a nin shirt, platform docks, black jeans, and a studded belt with all the loops and chains. I'm almost 6 foot tall and female, and we had our adorable 2-year-old daughter with us, chatting happily to the flower we had just picked together. Clearly not an employee of anywhere. On my way to produce, I stopped past the irresistible table of women's pants and found myself digging through the pile for the last pair of size 12 aubergine skinny jeans. I had moved a pile to the one behind it, and I heard "Tuna" next to me. I looked up, and there's an older man and his tiny wife standing next to the table and staring at me expectantly. "Tuna," he says, again, more insistently. I'm baffled. My brain just does not comprehend what's going on, and then it clicks. "Oh, tuna. Sorry, no idea," I say with a polite shrug and turn back to digging halfway to China through the pile to find my size. The man makes an annoyed noise, and I straighten up, genuinely not wanting to be rude. "Yeah, I don't work here." I gesture to my daughter next to me in the cart and look down at my boots. The man and his wife simultaneously look me up and down, and then say, "You don't work here?" "No," I say with finality, amazed that this scene is actually unfolding. At this stage, my husband, who looks like a TV Viking wearing a servant in heaven, ruler in hell shirt, complete with Satan image, pulls up next to me excitedly holding a 3-pack of life straws, and his arrival is enough to send Mr. and Mrs. Tuna away with a furtive glance back at us and our daughter. I've never been mistaken for an employee before. It was a good birthday surprise. That's a really cute story. That's all I have to say.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.